right. All right. Hello, everyone. My name's Jacob, and I'm joined today with my partner, Vlad.
Hello, hello. Jake and I love delivering pitches together, and we're also avid triathletes.
Endurance athletes, as we came to learn, are part of a highly connected community. Endurance sports, like triathlons, are extremely labor intensive, and its athletes need VeloStim.
Now, VeloStim is a patent-pending muscle training and recovery device that outperforms anything in the fitness market today because it combines the proven benefits of electrical and mechanical stimulation therapy into a single product for cycling athletes and triathletes who are prone to injury, seek recovery aids, and are always looking for the next new thing to gain a competitive edge.
Athletes encounter two major problems here. Firstly, they cycle for over 200 hours per month, which induces muscle fatigue, soreness, and injuries, and it can lead to thousands in medical expenses. Secondly, the industry has become increasingly competitive, and athletes will actively search for methods of marginal gain over their competitors.
VeloStim is an excellent fit for this market because of its unmatched application in recovery and training, which lets athletes train smarter and recover faster, giving them that competitive edge.
Now, we're the only technology that addresses recovery and performance. The current market forces athletes to choose between compression or electrical therapies. VeloStim combines both and has applications in recovery and training through pre-workout regimens, a first in the industry. Normatec is our primary competitor, but their brand presence has failed to establish trusting relationships with its customers, and their product pages have less than 10 reviews.
Now, trust and brand reputation are very important for our consumers. VeloStim will attain this through leveraging the brand presence of a company such as Wahoo or Garmin through a licensing deal. Wahoo and Garmin want to differentiate their product lines, and VeloStim provides them an exclusive, patented, innovative product line.
VeloStim provides several competitive advantages. Our product is a quarter of the price. It uniquely combines multiple recovery and training techniques. It'll have the backing of a trusted brand, and it's being designed compact for our consumers.
Now, the global demand for sports technology is around 10 billion. We propose VeloStim enter this industry through the pro cycling and triathlon market, as these professional teams are very likely to adopt innovations within the industry. The average budget for pro cycling teams is $10 million annually. And specifically, Team Sky reported spending $400,000 on training R&D for just 9 riders. The annual equipment budgets for pro triathletes is $17,000 per athlete, and there's consistently 300 competing annually. This makes our total addressable market around 7.4 million.
Although this is a clear market for us, commercialization will benefit from a strategic entry. And that's why we've designed a 5-phase plan covering design optimization through advertising.
Commercializing the VeloStim prototype will need optimization, such as incorporating the electrodes and compression cuffs into a single band, designing the digital readout and stim modes for users, and fabricating a commercial prototype.
Discussions with the inventor and research into costing led us to a product cost of $300. Sourcing reliable parts and vendors is also essential, and assembly will be done by VeloStim through our hired assembler.
Now, in partnerships with a brand such as Wahoo, they would handle the marketing and internal distribution, while VeloStim handles the manufacturing and can establish standalone e-commerce presence through services such as Amazon.
As part of our licensing deal, our brand partner will benefit from digitally promoting VeloStim through their own websites, as can be seen here. Wahoo, for instance, has a reputable, successful e-store, and this will act as VeloStim's primary sales channel as well.
Now, VeloStim will be at the forefront of our consumers' minds. Sponsoring endurance events throughout the year will provide athletes a complimentary post-race stimulation therapy. These events are highly efficient since consumers are engaged and eager to test innovations within the sport.
We've laid out some key deliverables we hope to achieve over the next year, and we're optimistic about a December product launch with a requirement of around 5,000 labor hours and $30,000 to help us deliver a ready-for-market prototype.
Now, VeloStim will be scaled into the enthusiast market for cycling and triathlons in the future. This accounts for over 14,000 annual customers, and we project to capture 1 to 5% of the market over the next 5 years.
A big brand name like Wahoo provides VeloStim high product awareness within our target market. This, combined with our product market fit and cash flows, output a 5-year NPV of just over $2 million.
Now, in total, $150,000 will finance the 5 stages of our go-to-market plan.
And in summary, we're partnering with a big brand like Wahoo and delivering an unmatched, cost-effective solution to athletes so that they can train smarter, recover faster, and just be better. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we can take any questions.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
Got one in the chat. That was amazing. Thank you.
I have a question for you. Is that a big enough market for a big kind of brand like Wahoo?
Yeah, so Wahoo actually, they already target the exact same market that we're trying to target. The only difference is that we want to bring a product to the professionals specifically, and then use that brand to branch out into enthusiasts, such as someone like Vlad and I, who just compete in triathlons recreationally, who would want a product like this because it's sponsored by a brand like Wahoo. We believe it is a big enough market, given that Wahoo is a huge company, and there's a very, very large consumer base and opportunity there if we were to partner with one of these brands. So yeah,
that's a great summary, Jake. Just to add to that, Wahoo actually does get into cycling quite frequently, and most notably, they had a partnership with a company called Zwift, which is a digital sort of cycling video game that's meant to kind of get you on a bike and rolling inside. It's sort of analogous to Peloton, except Peloton is in-person classes. Zwift is kind of online and virtual and made more of a video game. So Wahoo actually partners with Zwift, and they get into this industry quite frequently.
Yep. I have a question here. Can you walk us through the financial analysis again to highlight any potential risks? So I believe this is what you were looking for, Sakar. Yeah, so the financial analysis we've estimated here is based on our market share captured that we estimated being around 1 to 5% of the market share that we're capturing annually. Now, the biggest risk for us would be if one of these big brands that we want to partner with, such as Wahoo or Garmin, don't want to go through a partnership deal. That's not the worst thing, because we do see a huge product market, like a very good product market fit for this technology. The brand, partnering with the brand would essentially speed up our sales and lead to this 5-year NPV without partnering with a big brand like Wahoo or Garmin, that would probably be our biggest risk, because without that, we'd probably be looking more of a longer time span before we start seeing payback, or we won't see nearly as many sales in the first few years as we would partnering with a big brand. If you want to add anything to that, Vlad?
No, you pretty much summed it up. Yeah. So the premise of this business idea was to leverage a big brand name. That's something we saw that was lacking in the competitor analysis that we did. Like, none of these brands have an established reputation among cyclists and triathletes, which is really, really important. So the obvious sort of limitation to executing this business plan with an NPV that we reported would be that initial partnership. That being said, though, like Jake stated, we've planned a distribution for VeloStim without a partner. It would just be slower, but that's pretty much it.
I have another question here from Marty. I saw your price was set to $9.99. Were you able to look at per unit manufacturing costs? So right now, the current state of what we're in is we are working towards, we have the technology, it's patent pending, and we want to basically optimize it into an existing prototype. So right now, we weren't able to really get a good scope of how much this product is going to cost at a larger scale on a per unit manufacturing cost. But we've estimated through sourcing all the components that we are going to need for optimizing this prototype into a commercial scale. It's going to be about a $300 cost per product, unit cost, is what we are estimating right now.
Okay.
So, yep.
Thank you very much. I think there is a comment.
Sweet.
I could see contractors use this product for basic at-home physiotherapy. So
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a market, and that's where we saw the technology have application for initially, and we wanted to drive it into the sports technology market as well. So it has many applications.
Awesome.